Good afternoon all, hope you're okay. You saw my previous video on my Lotus Elise after owning it, what I liked, what to look out for if you're buying one, and a lot of you liked it. I've had several questions from it, so I thought today I would show you changing the front near side brake disc. I've already done the offside brake disc, so I thought I'd video it for you and show you the different elements of it and how easy it actually is. Couldn't believe it, didn't take me long at all. So I'm going to do it, run through it with you and show you how easy it was. 4 discs, £185 with a good set of pads as well that could be used on track use, so I'm told. Anyway, going to leave you, watch this, go through element bit by bit. As you'll notice, I've had to bring the Lotus up onto it's actually a caravan leveler because you can't get the jack underneath. And bearing in mind, when you jack one of these up, guys, look online, there's certain jacking points that you can only use, so you must use the jacking points that are there because that should bend the car basically. Okay, so let's get the camera set down and I'll try not to get in your way and show you how this happens. Not the best day for it, I must admit. It's a bit cold and windy. Right, she's off the ground. Notice as well, you have a locking wheel nut, but you also have these as well. It's just the actual nuts you need the key to get them out with as well. She started to run, it's a bit of a pain really. It's not too bad at the moment. Need to undo the retainer on here. See the little retainer, 6mm countersunk Allen screw. That retains the disc on there basically. So I'm going to undo that first because that can be a bit difficult to do. So you need an impact driver for this, guys, to do this. You'll never get that off just with a Allen key. You'll have to use an impact driver for that. So don't even try it, because all you're going to do is either snap it off or round the head off, and then you won't be able to get it off at all. Believe me, been there, got the t-shirt. Right, disc is now loose. So what we now want to do is we need to take the disc off, sorry, the caliper off. Caliper actually is in really good nick for the car. So you undo this one here, and there's one at the bottom as well, so let's get to do that as well. Use a bar just to so I've got a good bit of leverage because they are quite tight. Get hot and cold continually. That's it, she's loose. Same at the bottom. Just give it a bit of a knock. So once you've got them loose, it's actually the easiest set of brakes I've ever worked on. Before I take it off entirely, I need to release pads here. I need to push them back. But once I've taken it off, I need to push the pistons back out so I can clean the pistons to make sure the pistons do not cause any breaks or scrapes in the O-rings to release the fluid. If you were just cleaning your brakes, you wouldn't want to do what I'm doing now with a screwdriver, but since I'm only basically moving them, here you go, pads are back. So, see that? And if you were changing your pads, you wouldn't want to do it like this either. It's just that I'm changing the disc and pads, so you've got enough movement in there now to pull that off. Take 2 retaining bolts out. To support that, because you don't want the hose to become stretched. There you go. Put that up. There you go. Down the disc is off. Before you put the new disc on, you need to make sure the whole area is clean, because else the disc will not sit on the hub smoothly and you're going to get a massive shake on the wheel when you're braking. Let's just clean the hub up as well on here. Use a little bit of anti-seize compound. It's basically, you don't want to put it anywhere near where the brakes pads are gonna, well, you can put it on the back of the brake pads actually, because it stops them squeaking and squirreling when they get dust on them. This just stops the disc if I ever have to come and change these again, which I don't know. These ones have lasted 40,000 miles, so be a while, won't it? Yeah. But, just in case I need to change them again, I didn't want to come across not being able to get them off. When you fit these as well, you have to be careful not to do it by the angle of the, you think the holes go the opposite way to what they do. Again, I've learned from my mistakes. Just match it up to the previous disc that you've taken off. So there you go, because they're vented, so they need to vent properly. Also be careful that when you fit the new discs, they are going to be greasy. Now I'm just using a bloody kitchen degreaser really, because they will have grease on them for storage. Make sure they don't corrode once they've been made and sit in their warehouses. So just make sure you get all that off, because you do not want to be contaminating your new brake pads, because once they're contaminated you have to renew them. So double rain's starting to come down a bit heavy now, but we're not far away from being done, so I don't think we're going to worry that much. Okay, put it on the hub. Make sure you've located the securing pin, which is at the bottom. Just let that balance for a second. Put your securing bolt in. That just secures it and just makes it hold on to the hub. The main thing that actually supports it is the wheel bolts. Just change the rotation of the impact driver. And then we'll just give this a bit of a nip. Tight enough. Okay, no dit's already on. Pretty good and pretty easy. Right, now we're going to move on to the pads themselves. Like I said earlier on, these are pretty easy actually. See in there, this is where we need to make sure we clean in a minute. We need to get that piston there clean and just take that out. Okay, so a couple of R clips, they need to come off. Pistons, sorry, the retaining lips, pins will just come out, and then we can get the pads out. As I said earlier on, this is probably the easiest set of brakes I think I've ever worked on. Really easy. Okay, when you do this bit, this is sprung loaded, so all I do is hold this right in. You need to hold this in to enable you to get this pin out. So you just basically push that in with one finger and push that out. Obviously can't show you that close up because I can't hold the camera at the same time. Show you that now when it's out, so you can see pin sprung up, but pin out, spring sprung up, pin out. There we go. Pads out. Pretty easy, and these are the bits you just need to clean up here. Just clean up around there with a really fine emery paper or really fine wire brush. I'm just going to go and push the brakes a couple of times just to pop the pistons out a little bit. Okay, so they're out. my brush. You do get in there and just clean them pistons up, top and bottom. And all I will do is put some, I call it copper slip, anti-slip brake compound, anti-seize, sorry, brake compound. It's just a good heat resistant compound. Say these brakes are in really good condition, which is really good to see actually. And all I've done is just hung the brake actually on part of the caliper on the disc, so I'm not stretching the hose at all, so I'm damaged out. All I'm going to do now is just a really small amount of this around the piston like that. So that'll do on both pistons. Is when the pistons, I've got to push pistons right back in to get them over the new disc, because obviously new discs are thicker than the old discs for obvious reasons, because they've not got any wear on them. And all this does is just basically help it go back and prevents it from splitting the O-rings. See what I've got there? So all I'm going to do now is push these back in, and again I can't do it while holding the camera, so I'm just put the camera down. Make sure as well there's no leaks, which there isn't. You see now the pistons are all the way back in, there's just a little bit there. Alright, I'm now going to reassemble the brakes. Actually, just put a little bit of the copper on the back. Stops any squeaking and horrible noises when the dust starts to build up, and just helps the brakes work a little bit more efficiently. But never put it on this face. Okay, they're in. Then this, make sure this is pointing upwards as the arrow goes up. Show you that. Pin that going in there, and this, make sure that's aligned, okay? Just show you that. That one's in. Pads back. When you put this one back in, you've got to do is push this down and then that in. See it? So it's behind that arrow up, remember, as I said. There you go, so they're all in. Pins in. Now we just need to put the oil clips back on. They are. Oil clips are on. Now all we need to do is going to reinstall the brakes, so we're just going to put the cap head back in there and in the bottom there, around the side of the caliper, and put it back on in a secure place and make sure the bolts are nice and tight. Going to again just put a tiny bit of the cob slip on there. Some people don't like that. They tell them, you know, they prefer Loctite. I tell you what, I've never put Loctite on anything like this yet, and they're fine. They get hot and cold so much that, you know, there you go. On she goes. Line the holes up. Seems a bit weird, guys, doing this with me videoing it, but my theory was that I've done a video on what my thoughts of the car are. I've been doing a few videos to help people out, and I thought, why do you want to go to a Lotus dealer who's going to charge you a lot of money to change brakes when actually it isn't a hard task at all, you know? So do it yourself. Just saves you a load of money. I say 185 quid, I think, as I said, for the disc and pads, all four. We've only done 2 front ones today. As I said, I'm not sure how long I've been showing you guys, but what are we at? 21 minutes. So yeah, and we're about to put the wheel back on. So, you know, just going to give these a little bit of a nip, bit of a bark. Don't want to fall off, do you? When you're braking hard. Down a bit. That should be right. Just make sure that they're okay. Rotation. Double check. So we double check this we took off, make sure the rotation's the same, which it is, look. And then let's get the wheel back on and get out of the rain. You guys, I'm going to turn off there. I hope that's helped you guys out. And any questions on this, let me know. I'll let you know where I got the disc from. Got off eBay actually. All clean, all tidy, all done, all back together. Arrow pointing upwards. Okay, there you go. So I hope that's helped you. Please view the other videos on my channel. I've just bought a new BMW Z4 2 litre 197 brake, I think it is. Now I'm planning on doing a video on that in the next week or so. I'm doing you a bit of good, bads, uglies, what I like. Actually, I like it, it's a really nice car, but I just want to do a proper video for you guys to review of everything about it really, and one about the fuel economy, because people say fuel economy isn't that great, but actually I think it's fantastic. So please like my videos, comment, ask questions, and subscribe to my channel and share my videos. Thank you guys, speak soon, bye bye.